Hey everybody, Witzer here with episode 30. Today, I would like to begin with another demonstration of the test pad since it failed last episode and show you just how efficient the spawning pads from my fighting room are going to be. So here we are, 24 blocks from the front of our test pad, and it has been on hard for about 10 seconds. I just changed it to hard, as you can see. And let's go see how many mobs have spawned. So basically, this is going to show the efficiency, and as you can see, it's nighttime, so I have all this land lit up around me, which means no mobs can spawn anywhere, so the only possible place they could spawn is in this dark area. So let's dig this out and check out how many mobs there are. There should be a good amount. Last time I did this, it worked. Of course, when I tried to show you guys last episode, it didn't work, but that's okay, because it seems to be working right now. So, okay, you guys probably can't see anything, so let's click this. Yeah, we've got about, I don't know, 10 mobs in here after about a minute, and a good majority of them are creepers, and it's very efficient. Let's just put it that way. So, now that you guys have seen that, let's get started on the actual spawning pads. Alright, so here we are at the fight room. Before I start actually working on the mob evader and everything, I'd like to explain a couple things because I didn't really fully explain last episode. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one switch for dim lights in this room, so I'm going to have pistons that control lights in the ceiling. I'm going to have one switch for bright lights just in case I have to do any work on this room. So that's two switches, and if you turn both of those off, I'm pretty sure it'll be pitch black. I have to figure out the wiring still, but it should be pretty easy. Now, I'm going to have a third switch that turns off the pads that are going to be underground, because I don't want those interfering with my actual mob system once I have that all set up. So that I'll be able to turn the pads on and off. The fourth switch is going to be for this door, which lets the mobs out. Now, as you can see, I got rid of the other doors. The problem is I couldn't find any possible way to make an automated mob selector or separator, so I'm probably gonna have to trash that idea. So that's kind of a bummer, but I do have another idea, and I'm glad that I thought of this, and I think it's pretty cool. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna have a button that when you press it, it opens that door for maybe a minute and then closes it for a minute. But effectively, what I'm gonna have is waves of. If you've ever played Firefight in Halo, I'm gonna have like waves of monsters coming out. So I'm gonna try to figure out the wiring to make it so that it only opens for 10 seconds and closes for a minute. But other than that, for right now, it's gonna have doors open for a minute and then close for a minute. So it should be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. Hopefully, I figure out the wiring. I've already started to check it out, and I think that's a pretty great idea. But other than that, let's finally get started. I'm very excited about this. Okay, so just to let you guys know, this isn't much of a tutorial. If you want a tutorial, I'll have a link in the description for a great tutorial by Ethos Lab. So go ahead and check that out for a tutorial on mob evader and a mob system. So basically what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to dig down 26 blocks. Right now I was at 67, so I'm going to dig down to, I believe, 41. Alright, so now we are at level 41, and that means we have dug down about, or exactly, 26 blocks. So now what we're going to do is start to dig this way. And let me restate what I just said. This will be sort of a tutorial. I'm not really gonna go into a lot of detail, but I will tell you what you have to do. So you could learn from this, but Etho's tutorial is much more detailed and tells you why you have to do everything. So I won't be doing that, but I will be telling you about the basic stuff. So right now what I'm doing is I'm digging out the water canals, and basically they're 2x2, or they're 2 wide, and I plan to have 2 pads for down here, because I don't want a lot of pads. I don't want like 40 monsters in that room, because that would just be way too much. It's too small of a space. Even though I did widen the room to 16 by 16, so right now it's a square. It's actually a good amount of space. You have to have a lot of space, because if I'm gonna actually be building stuff in that room still, even you know, even though right now it looks big, it's not gonna be that big once there's stuff built in there. So that's one of the things I thought of. So I actually widened it by 4, because last time you guys saw it, it wasn't 16 by 16. So it should be good now. And while I'm doing this, I'd like to talk about the comments and suggestions you guys left me. I got a lot of good suggestions about what I should make the room look like, but I have to say my favorite one has to be one that I was thinking of already, which is make the room look like the Nether plus a mob spawner. So it would have a bunch of Nether material, and basically it would look like I would have stuff from the Nether in there, and lava and all that good stuff. Plus I would have a bunch of stuff from mob spawners, which would be, mossy cobblestone, and I'd put stuff like, pumpkins. It would look really, really cool. So I'm pretty excited to do that. I really can't wait to make this room work. It's gonna look great. So okay, so if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, these are gonna be the spawning pads right here. I still have to dig up 3 blocks from right here. So 1, 2, 3, and these are the corners of the spawning pads right now. So let's see. I want them to be 14 by 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's at 11, 12, 13, 14. So I gotta dig out to there. So I'm gonna fast forward this, and you guys could watch me build. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna skip ahead, because we're sort of running short on time. It's hard to keep this all into the 15-minute limit. So I'm gonna skip ahead to when I have the canals all dug out. Okay, so all of the water canals are dug out now. I have 2 14 by 14 pads, and so that means it's time for TNT. Oh yes, I have been dying to do this. Some people suggested that using TNT would just be a waste of my time, and yes, it probably is a waste of my time to go fighting for creepers, but really I kind of enjoy fighting creepers, and I really want to use TNT to do this, because it sounds really, really fun. So I'm going to go ahead and set all this stuff up, because I feel like it's going to take me about 10 minutes, and I will be right back. Alright, I've got it all ready. This is going to be cool. I've never done this before. That's another reason I wanted to do this. Oh man, I am excited. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope I set it up right. I might be putting these back too far. Who knows? We will figure out. Either way, I am seriously excited right now. We only had 15 TNT, so we only have 5 more. So we're definitely not going to have enough to do this again. But hopefully this turns out really good. Alright, you guys ready? Here it goes. This might not even work. Hope it does. It might not. Up, there it goes. Yep, there it goes. Whoa. Not as cool as I thought, but that was pretty badass. Definitely not gonna have a shortage of cobblestone in my house. Wow, this is actually kind of cool. I should do this more often. Huh. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna set up a second smaller explosion and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we are primed and ready to go for Blast 2. I got a bunch more TNT. Took me about 30 to 45 minutes, so yes, I do understand that now fighting creepers is totally pointless, but that won't matter once I get this thing going and once I get my main mob system going. So, let's get this going. Alright, there we go. Up, up. Are they gonna go? Are they gonna go? Alright, there they go. Cool. Yeah, blast mining is pretty fun. It isn't bad, that's for sure. But, I don't suggest looking for creepers like I did, because you'll end up looking for hours. If you kill a bunch of creepers just doing nothing and having fun and just kind of doing whatever and not really looking, that's cool if you have enough gunpowder, but I suggest building a mob system if you want to have this kind of mining going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up and just regularly mine out the rest. Pretty sure you guys don't want to see that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here it is, two 14 by 14 spawning pads. Pretty cool. Overall, I got about 4 stacks of coal doing this and 1 stack of iron, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time in this episode to start doing the water canals and the mob evader, but that'll be next episode. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Leave a like if you liked it. And thank you for watching. Whoa, there's more video after the whole episode? I wonder what it is. If you find yourself saying this, well, I will explain. While I was going through the editing process for this past episode, the one that you just watched, I came across a very, very funny kind of blooper. When I'm playing and I know that I'm gonna edit out a part, I do weird things, and I thought it'd be funny to show you guys a very funny blooper. When I'm going up this mine shaft, go ahead and turn your sound levels all the way up and listen, and you'll hear a very timely pig. I'm not gonna say any more. I'll catch you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Why do I always sing Tenacious D when I play this game? Very odd.